Well, Conrad Murray served 2 years of a 4-year sentence. He joins us now live from the USA. Do you honestly believe, Mr. Murray, that you did all that you could to save Michael Jackson? He was a very vulnerable and fragile patient. Do you think that you did all that you could?
Yes, I did.
You do? You think that I mean, because he trusted you, didn't he? He trusted you. Why didn't you call the emergency services right away?
I am a clinical specialist. I'm critically trained in medicine of the highest level. I'm a specialist as well as a subspecialist, and therefore that is my forte. So reviving patients who requires resuscitation is what I do. So if I stumble upon anyone who is in need of that type of resuscitative effort, then I will go straight into that mode to try to help.
So you honestly believe that you took proper care at the time that Michael Jackson was in your care, that you took proper care of him?
Just absolutely.
Do you not feel any remorse or feel guilty about what happened to him?
I feel very sorry that Michael is dead. There's no doubt about it. It's a loss that I will never recover from. But as far as having remorse of doing something wrong, I did not do anything wrong. Actually, I am an innocent man who was persecuted to the maximum, sent to jail, and has been demoralized over years as far as, being harshly persecuted in every possible way that I could think. But despite the pain and suffering that I have felt, I carry no grudges. I am not in any way looking to avenge what has happened to me. I would like to have my story, hopefully, and the adversity that I've encountered be used well so that I can save the lives of many.
You talk about your pain and suffering. What about the pain and suffering of Michael Jackson's family, especially his children and his fans? I mean, his family were traumatised by this, and as were his fans too. Don't you, you talk about your suffering. What about theirs?
Well, I am very, very sad about Michael's children. There's no question about it. I remember Michael's daughter, Paris, telling me that she did not want to be an orphan. I am as close to those children as a parent can be.
You're not close to them now, though. You're not close to them now, surely. Not in any way at all. They want you to go away, really. I mean, they've actually said that. They would like you to actually leave the United States and to be quiet.
Well, I can tell you this. The Jacksons have caused so much damage to their own son. And if you are a person who is impartial and you understand Michael has been devastated through the years by his own family. Michael severed all ties with every member of his relatives before he died. Now, you don't know that because you were not that close to him, but clearly I do, because I was right in his presence when he makes his statements. There was no communication whatsoever.
Well, his family aren't here to actually rebut these allegations that you're making, but clearly what you're saying you're an innocent man. The jury didn't agree. You went to jail. You were convicted and you went to jail, and yet you sit here still maintaining your innocence. Absolutely.
Have you ever seen innocent men who have been incarcerated who they then found out that an error was made and they finally are released? I'm a man who has been persecuted to the extent. At this time, up till now, I have been blamed by a key witness, Dr. Schaefer, who states that there was propofol, and in propofol there was lidocaine, and although he makes the claim, they have refused to allow my defense team and or myself, despite all of our efforts, to test the substance, to further show that there was no propofol that was left in Mr. Jackson, there was no lidocaine, there was no infusion. The evidence was very clear. There was no evidence of propofol in the bag, in the line that should have been attached to the patient. None of that. It was not there. The evidence does not support that.
Well, that's what you are saying. But again, I would say to you, the jury did not agree with you, and that's why you went to jail. And if you're saying that you had nothing to do with it, then why did Michael Jackson die? What happened?
Michael Jackson, I met Michael Jackson in his state of distress. Michael Jackson was basically lifeless. I was not there. My arms could only stretch so far. I was not even present in his bedroom.
Well, why weren't you present? Why weren't you present? Why weren't you there, and what were you doing rather than attending to your patient?
There was no reason for me to attend to Mr. Jackson any further. Mr. Jackson was given a small dose of propofol around 10:40 in the morning. I did not leave his bedside until about 11:20, 11:25. The effects of propofol are completely gone within 15 minutes of administration. He had no issues. I did not even expect Mr. Jackson to be sedated and to fall asleep with such a minuscule dose of propofol. But in my absence, after leaving his bedside, when the effects of propofol was gone way beyond the 15 minutes, that I was not on the phone. You can also look at the phone records that they've blamed me for. The last phone call that I made and ended was at 10:43. At 11:07, there was a 1-minute call that came in as a voicemail call. And the next time I used my phone was again 11:20 and 11:25. I moved from his bedside only so that I do not disturb him. But this was a man after 9 hours of no sleep. I wanted him to get some rest if it was possible.
I find it astonishing. I find it absolutely astonishing that someone has been given a powerful drug like that, a drug that's used, as I know personally, is actually used to put you out in operations. We're going to have to leave it there for the moment. We're going to talk to you lots more about your relationship with Michael Jackson and your plans for the future. Mr. Murray, thank you for the moment. And